Bitcoin versus real estate, the ultimate store of value? Imagine waking up in 1971 with $10,000 in your bank account. You could buy a house or save it for retirement. But what if you knew something no one else did? Something about how money isn't what it seems? Fast forward to today. That $10,000, it barely covers a few months' rent in some cities. But the house you could have bought? Easily worth $500,000 or more. So we're told, real estate is the ultimate store of value. Safe, tangible, always appreciates. But is that actually true? Or have we just been conditioned to believe it? Now enter Bitcoin, a digital asset younger than your iPhone. Yet some call it digital gold. Others say it's a scam, a bubble, a fantasy. But what if Bitcoin isn't competing with stocks, isn't replacing dollars, but is quietly, methodically challenging real estate? This isn't just about investments, it's about the nature of value and where we store our wealth when the world feels unstable. This is Bitcoin versus real estate, the ultimate showdown. Let's start with why people love real estate. You can see it, touch it, live in it. It's real. It has utility. And over decades, it always seems to go up. But here's the catch. Real estate doesn't go up in value. Your dollars just go down. You're not getting richer. Your money's just getting weaker. Let that sink in. The same house, same bricks, same location. But now it costs 10x more. It's not the house that changed, it's the money. And here's where things get wild. Governments need inflation. They rely on it to make debt cheaper, to keep people spending, to silently tax you without you realizing. Real estate becomes the safe haven, not because it's magical, but because it floats on top of the sinking dollar, just like a raft on a flooding river. Now let's look at Bitcoin, a digital currency with a fixed supply, 21 million coins, ever, no printing, no bailouts, no inflation. While real estate needs banks, brokers, lawyers, Bitcoin needs none. You can hold it yourself, transfer it globally, settle instantly, with no permission. And here's the kicker. Bitcoin doesn't just float on the river. It exits the river completely. It's not tied to the dollar at all. In a world of manipulated currencies, Bitcoin is the first neutral ground. No landlord, no government, no Fed. But real estate produces income, right? Rent checks, Airbnb, it cash flows. Doesn't that make it superior? Maybe, but income comes with baggage, maintenance, taxes, tenants who don't pay, regulations that change overnight. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is pure, unconfiscatable. No overhead, no middlemen, just math. You might be thinking, but real estate is time-tested. True, but so were horses. Before the car. So was Blockbuster. Before Netflix. Bitcoin isn't trying to be better real estate. It's creating an entirely new category, an incorruptible foundation for wealth in a digital age. Let's talk liquidity. Selling a house can take weeks, sometimes months. Bitcoin? You can sell $10 or $10 million in minutes. And what about borders? Your real estate is stuck where it is, subject to local laws, local taxes, local risks. But Bitcoin, you can cross a border with your wealth in your mind, no customs, no declarations, no risk of seizure. This is bigger than money. This is about freedom, optionality, security in an unpredictable world. In Canada, bank accounts were frozen for protesting. In Argentina, inflation is over 200%. In Lebanon, people can't even access their savings. Bitcoin didn't blink. It kept ticking, block by block, every 10 minutes, no matter what. Real estate? Not so much. It's illiquid. exposed. And if the wrong policies pass, your asset becomes a liability. What if property taxes skyrocket? What if rent controls choke your cash flow? What if your country decides to redistribute housing? It's happened before, it will happen again. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Bitcoin has no property taxes, no zoning laws, no permits, just code, backed by global consensus. Still think real estate is safer? Let's run a thought experiment. What if the US dollar collapsed? Hyperinflation? Chaos? What survives? That suburban rental home? Hard to sell, hard to protect, hard to move. Bitcoin, borderless, portable, global, and accepted by millions. It's not about flipping homes or mining coins. It's about where humanity parks its value. In a world where trust is broken, Bitcoin doesn't need trust. So, which is the ultimate store of value? A house that can be taxed, seized, or burned? Or a protocol, immutable, digital, unstoppable? This isn't financial advice. It's a lens to see the world differently, to ask better questions, to challenge the default narratives. Because the truth is, most people aren't investing. They're just escaping inflation, clinging to the Titanic as the water rises. Real estate is a lifeboat, but Bitcoin? It's a rescue helicopter. It flies above the system, unaffected by its sinking parts. It offers exit, not just protection. And that's why governments are nervous, because Bitcoin isn't just money, it's a vote for a different future, where the rules are fair, the supply is known, and the game can't be rigged. The question isn't, should I buy Bitcoin or real estate? It's deeper. Where do I want my value to live when everything else breaks? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's not about picking sides, but understanding the strengths and knowing when the world has changed. Because it has changed, quietly, irreversibly, and those who see it early won't just survive, they'll thrive. You were never meant to hear this from mainstream media, or your financial advisor, or the guy flipping condos on Instagram. But now you know, and knowledge is leverage. You can choose to ignore it, or you can lean in, explore deeper. Because the future of wealth isn't about square footage. It's about freedom, sovereignty, and time. So ask yourself, do you want bricks or bits? Keys to a house or keys to the future? If this made you think, like really think, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and most importantly, share this with someone you care about. They deserve to know what you now know.